Good afternoon, dear students. Students, already we have started word problems on quadratic equation. We have seen first two questions of practice set 2.6. Now today we will move forward and we will solve question number 3, 4 and 5. Students, today I will be just making equations. You are going to solve those equations by your own, and after solving you will write your final answer. That you will do. I will be just making quadratic equation only for you. Okay, so let us start today's lecture. Okay, let us see third question of this exercise. You can see question in this textbook. See what is the question. In the orange garden of Mr. Madhusudan, there are 150 orange trees. Okay, means in orange garden, how many trees are there? 150. Then what is the next line? The number of trees in each row is 5 more than that in each column. Remember, trees in the row are 5 more than that of from column. Means if in the column there are 10 trees, then you will find in the row 15 trees, that is 5 more. Okay, then what you need to find out? Find the number of trees in each row and each column with the help of following flow chart. So you have to follow this flow chart, and with the help of this flow chart you need to find out how many trees are there in each row and in each column. Okay, so this is very simple. Only the thing is you should follow the flow chart properly. Now what is the first flow chart? Number of trees in a column is x. Means you are going to consider that number of trees in column is x. Now see, if in column is x, then what will be in the row? Obviously x plus 5. Why x plus 5? Because in each row you are getting 5 more. That is why you are going to write number of trees in each row equal to x plus 5. Then total number of trees is how much is given to you? 150. Okay, so total number of trees you are going to write here 150. Then what is the next flow chart? Frame your quadratic equation. So you know how to find out total number of trees. That is number of trees in each row multiplied by number of trees in each column. That is your total. So by using that you can frame your quadratic equation, and by using that quadratic equation you can easily find out your x, and that x value is what? Number of trees in column. And after that you can easily calculate how many trees are there in each row. Okay, so let us start the solution of this question. Okay, so let me start the solution first. So students, let us follow the flow chart. Your question number is 3. Okay, so first what we are going to write? Let number of trees, let number of trees in a column be x. Okay, so in a column you can find out x trees. Therefore number of trees in a row is equal to x plus 5. Why x plus 5? Because you know 5 trees are more in row. Now what is the third point? Total number of trees. Therefore total number of trees is equal to, for total number of trees you have to multiply row with column. That is, see in the row column you can see x trees, and in the row you are having x plus 5. Okay, so you have to multiply these two. If you multiply x with x, you are going to get x square plus x into 5 gives you 5x. So this is what total number of trees, and what is there in the question? Total number of trees is how much? 150. So we can have by given condition, what we can write by using given condition? This equals to, that is x square plus 5x is equal to 150. Why 150? Because total number of trees are 150. Now you can easily make it quadratic equation, that is x square plus 5x. Take this 150 to left hand side so that it becomes minus 150 equals to 0. Now what you have to do? You have to solve this quadratic equation. For that purpose you have to make two parts of minus 150 such that after subtraction you are going to get 5. Okay, so you have to make two parts of 150 to get 5. So what are the parts? Two parts of 150 to get 5. See, you have to subtract those two parts. So you can have 15 tenja. Okay, if you take 15 tenja, you are going to get 5, and after subtraction you are going after multiplication you are going to get 150. So two parts are 15 tenja. You need positive sign, so 15 minus 10. Okay, so now if you solve these equations you are going to get two values, that is x is equal to minus 15 and x is equal to 10. Now which one is right and which one is wrong? This one is right and this one is wrong. Why? Because number of trees cannot be negative. Okay, so we can write, since number of trees cannot be negative, so we can easily say that minus 15 can be neglected, that is x cannot be equal to minus 15, therefore x is equal to 10. And if x is equal to 10, then what we can write? Number of trees in a column is equal to x means what? 10. So we can write number of trees in a column is equal to 10, and number of trees in a row is equal to what? X plus 5. That means 10 plus 5, and you know 10 plus 5 is how much? 15. Okay, so in this way we have solved this question, and you can see the solution again. First, what we have considered? We have considered that number of trees in a column is x. Then obviously in a row you can have x plus 5. Why? Because in a row 5 trees are more, that means x plus 5. Then how to find out total number of trees? That is multiplication of these two, that is number of trees in a column and number of trees in a row. Then what we did? We have simplified this, that is x into x gives you x square plus 5x. Now then we have used our condition which is given in the question. What is there in the question? Total number of trees in the garden was 150. So these two must be equal, because this is also total and 150 is also total. So by using that we have made our equation, and after solving you are going to get minus 1, 5 and 10. And you know 15 cannot be taken because your number of trees cannot be negative. You cannot count that this tree is minus 1, this tree is minus 2. You can easily count that this is first tree, this is second tree. So that is why trees cannot be negative. Then we got x value 10, and if you got x value 10, then obviously your column trees will be 10 and row tree will be 15. Okay, so in this way we have solved our first question, that is third one. Now let us see fourth question. Okay, let us see question number 4. What is the question? Vivek is older than Kishore by 5 years. Now see, there are two persons. First one is Vivek and second one is Kishore. And what is said in this line? Vivek is older than Kishore by 5 years. Means your Kishore is younger and Vivek is older. So if you take age of Kishore X, then obviously your Vivek is older, that is his age will be greater. Greater by what? 5. So if you take Kishore X, then obviously your Vivek becomes X plus 5. Okay. So that is what we are going to consider. We will consider age of Kishore X, and by using that you can have age of Vivek X plus 5. Now see the second line. The sum of the reciprocals of their ages is what? 1 upon 6. Now what is the meaning of reciprocal? Reciprocal means what? You have to take the reverse. That is, your numerator becomes denominator and denominator becomes numerator. For example, if I want to take reciprocal of 5, then this 5 becomes 1 upon 5. That is, reciprocal of 5 is 1 upon 5. Okay. Okay, so what is given to you? Sum of their ages becomes 1 upon 6 whenever you are going to take reciprocal. Then you need to find out their present ages. Okay, so let us consider age of Kishore be X and age of Vivek will be X plus 5. So let us simplify this. Okay, so first let us consider, let present age of, who is younger? Kishore. Okay, let present age of Kishore, Kishore is younger, so we are considering age of Kishore be X years. Okay, now since we have taken Kishore's age X, then obviously therefore your present age of Vivek will become X plus 5. So we can write here X plus 5 years. Okay, now by given condition, what is the condition? Sum of their reciprocals is 1 upon 6. Okay, now you need to take reciprocal of these two. First one is what? X. Age of Kishore is X, so if you take reciprocal you are going to get 1 upon X. And what will be reciprocal of this? 1 upon X plus 5. Okay, so we have taken reciprocal of Kishore's age and reciprocal of Vivek's age. So if you take reciprocal of X plus 5, it will become 1 upon X plus 5. And sum of these two ages is given to you, that is 1 upon 6. Now we are going to simplify this and make it quadratic equation. So let us do that. First what we are going to do? We are going to cross multiply. So 1 into X plus 5 gives you X plus 5 plus 1 into X gives you X. Okay. Now multiplication of these two, X into X plus 5 is equal to 1 upon 6. Okay. Now let us add these two. X plus X becomes 2X plus 5. Now here do the multiplication of these two. So X into X gives you X square plus X into 5 gives you 5X is equal to 1 upon 6. Now in the next step you are going to do cross multiplication. That is 6 into these two, that is bracket 2x plus 5 is equal to 1 into means you are going to get same thing, that is x square plus 5x. Okay, let us simplify this. 6 into 2 gives you 12x plus 6 5 gives you 30 is equal to x square plus 5x. Now since we want to make this positive, so keep it as it is. Keep x square as it is, 5x as it is, Now take this 12x to right hand side so that it becomes minus 12x, and transfer this 30 also, that is you are going to get minus 30. So nothing is remaining here, so 0 you are going to write. Okay, so you are having this we have kept these two as it is, then we have transferred this 12x and 30 also, so we have changed the sign. Now in the next step, what you are going to get here, x square 5 minus 12 gives you minus 7x minus 30 equals to 0. Now in the next step, we are going to write this equal to 0 at last, that is this equal to 0 we are going to make it right hand side. So x square minus 7x minus 30 equals to 0. Okay, so we have made the quadratic equation. Now you need to solve this quadratic equation. So let me make two parts for you. See, you have to take two parts of minus 30 to get minus 7. So it is very simple. You know 10 3s is 30, and if you subtract you are going to get 7, and you need minus 7, so make your larger number negative. Okay, now if you solve this equation, what you are going to get your answer, x is equal to 10 or x is equal to minus 3. Okay, now your 10 value is right and minus 3 value is wrong, because minus 3 is negative number is there, and you know age cannot be negative. So we can write, since age cannot be negative, what does it mean? That means your x cannot be equal to minus 3. Now if your x is not minus 3, that means what is your answer? That is x is equal to 10. So you can write, therefore your answer is x is equal to 10. Now see, since your x value is 10, then you can easily say that your present age of Kishore is 10 and present age of Vivek will become 10 plus 5, that is 15. So I can write your final answer, that is present age of Vivek is equal to how much? 10 years, that is x value, and present age of Kishore, sorry by mistake I have taken wrong, this is Kishore. Okay, you can see here Kishore is x and Vivek, present age of Vivek will be x plus 5, that is 10 plus 5, and you know 10 plus 5 is how much? 15. Okay, so in this way you got your answer. Okay, so this was very simple. Only the thing is you should know what is the meaning of reciprocal. So remember, whenever you are taking reciprocal, that means you have to take reverse of that. That is x becomes 1 upon x and x plus 5 becomes 1 upon x plus 5. That means whatever number is there, you have to reverse that. Okay. Now let us see fifth question. You can see the question in the textbook. Suyas scored 10 marks more in second test than that in the first. Okay, so in the second test he got 10 marks more. So if you take x in the first test, then what will be your marks in second test? X plus 10, that is 10 marks more in second test. So in second test you are going to have x plus 10. Now see the second line, 5 times the score of second test is the same as square of the score in the first set. So that will make your equation. By using this condition you can frame your quadratic equation. Now what you need to find out? Find his score in the first test. So let us consider his score in the first test is x. Then your marks in the second test will be x plus 10. So first let us consider that score of Suyas in the first test be x. So let us see the solution. Let score of Suyas in the first test be X. Okay, therefore score in the second test will be what? X plus 10, because in the second test he got 10 marks more. Now by given condition, let us see the condition first. What is given in the question? 5 times score of second test. So let us do the 5 times score of second test. So this becomes 5 into x plus 10 is the same means what? Equal to as square of the square in the first test. So you have to take square of the score in the first test. This is the condition. Again I am repeating, 5 times score of second test, so that is what we have done, is the same means what? Equal to score in the square of the score in the first test. So we have taken square of score in the first test. Now you need to make it quadratic. So if you do simplification, you are going to get here 5x plus 5 10 ja 50 is equal to x square. Now transfer all the terms to right hand side. Okay, so that here 0 remains. So you can have x square minus 5x minus 50 equal to 0. Understood now? Same way, just like we did in the previous one, we have transferred these two so that both becomes negative. Then in the next step we have taken equal to 0 at right hand side. Now you need to make two parts of minus 50 to get what? Minus 5. So this is very simple. Again 10 5 are, 10 minus 5 gives you 5, and you need minus 5, so here you will take negative. After solving you are going to get x is equal to 10 or x is equal to minus 5. Now you can see your marks cannot be negative, so this is excluded, so you are having x is equal to 10. So let us write, since marks cannot be negative, so therefore you can neglect your minus 5. So your answer is 10 and you need to write your answer. So score of Suyas in the first test is equal to how much? 10. And you need to write this much only, because in the question what is asked here, find the score in the first test. So we have written our score in the first test, that is 10. Okay, so in this way I have solved first 3 questions, that is 4, 5 and 6. Only the thing is you need to fill in the blanks. Okay, that is you need to solve here and write your solution properly. Okay, so that's it for today. We will do remaining questions in the next class. Thank you.